Hello, this is your weekly Space News Roundup for the 18th of July 2021, read by me, Philip Day of giant-leap.space. In today's episode, Seraphim Space Investment Trust plc raise over £180 million at IPO, including a well-known investor. UK members of Parliament discuss space debris alongside Finding Prospero. We take a bit of a deep dive at the Finding Prospero Mission. News from across the pond, both the oldest and the youngest people to travel to space will do so with Blue Origin. And the hashtag job of the week this week comes from Lockheed Martin in Oxfordshire. Find us on patreon.com/giantleap for unique membership perks, such as access to our Discord server and early Roundup releases. If you'd like to feature your job as job of the week, or you simply need to either visit our awesome space merch store or find out more about other formats, head over to giant-leap.space. Seraphim Space Fund raise over £180 million floating on the London Stock Exchange. The world's first space tech investment fund to list on a stock market has now been revealed. Seraphim Space Fund, who floated as Seraphim Space Investment Trust plc on the London Stock Exchange this week, took the crown. The fund is well known to Giant Leapers already for the space camp activities in helping startups and their investments in UK space startups too. Now that the business has raised over £180 million of additional capital to add to their international clout, they continue in their mission to boost the new space sector. Among the top investors, with a thus far undisclosed sum, was the well-known entrepreneur, space enthusiast and traveller, Sir Richard Branson. Mark Boggett is the CEO. This sector is now at a major inflection point, and Seraphim Space Investment Trust is for the first time offering public market investors the opportunity to get diversified exposure to the private companies leading this exciting investment area. It goes without a doubt that many UK private individual investors will be looking at this stock very closely, and after opening at over 104p per share, the price seems to have settled in the same region after the first few days of trading. No doubt a stability that will be hailed as ratifying the valuation the company has been given, and will be used as a launchpad for further negotiations for the business. Members of Parliament closed the day on Wednesday with a debate on space. It may come as no surprise that MPs are busy debating how the UK should take a leading role in some of the most challenging questions being posed by the space economy. This week, Science Minister Amanda Soloway MP took part in a debate led by Chris Skidmore MP about space debris and the Sky Aurora mission Finding Prospero. More on that in a moment. Space debris is a problem getting increased airtime at the moment, and there are lots of space agencies and companies looking to address areas of this emerging market. Not least Astroscale, who call themselves the Space Sweepers, and have demonstrated some of the skills required for active debris removal this year with their ELSA-D mission. Chris Skidmore said, "A 20% increase compared to April 2020, year on year, for numbers of satellites in orbit." He sees this as a threat to future sustainability and future viability of Earth orbits. He feels this is potentially going to be more impactful to the economy if unmanaged than the pandemic. A huge claim. Skidmore spent significant time talking through recent militarization activities of space and their implications for attendees, and posed the challenge. Skidmore spent significant time talking through the recent militarization activities of space and their implications for all of the attendees, and posed this challenge to the audience. Let us take this opportunity now to show leadership on space debris internationally, and to push for a net zero space environment, and to lead the world in the sustainable use of space. Finding Prospero. What about it? Although Prospero is often misquoted as being the first and only British satellite to be launched to orbit, bonus points for anyone who can name the actual first British satellite in the comments, the spacecraft was the first to be designed, built and launched using entirely UK engineering and technologies. Prospero lifted off 50 years ago next year from Australia atop a Black Arrow rocket, and brought the UK to be the third country to launch its own satellite, the first after the USSR and USA. Quite the achievement. Prospero transmitted until 2004, but she remains up there, quietly traversing the night sky, now designated as a piece of orbital debris and a threat to other space activities. Sky Aurora are launching a project to, quote, underscore the UK's commitment to the future of space operations through the retrieval of on-orbit objects. The operative word there is retrieval. If someone can help Skyrora to design a mission that finds Prospero, rendezvous with the satellite, captures Prospero, and returns safely to the Earth for recovery, this mission will be deemed an enormous success, and we can only hope that Prospero finds her way to a free public museum instead of simply adorning the office of the highest bidder. To provide access to our Discord community for more of our wonderful audience, Giant Leap can now bring you our new Patreon tier, Hot Fire Testing. Hot Fire Testing is a new £1 per month tier that grants you immediate access to the Discord server only. You'll see all of the jobs I post and participate in our general discussion where I post every headline in advance of the LinkedIn post, as the news is happening. It's a pretty incredible perk and it probably won't hang around forever, so jump on over to patreon.com/giantleap to get the weekly space news and so much more for just 37% the cost of the Sunday Times. News from America. Blue Origin is about to take to the skies with both the oldest and youngest ever astronauts to breach the Kármán line on board. Jeff Bezos, former head of Amazon, who owns and runs Blue Origin, a commercial spaceflight company based in the United States, is due to fly to space this weekend with his brother, the teenage son of a fund manager and one of the most inspirational women to come out of the US space program's Mercury era, known as Wally Funk. In fact, depending on when I'm speaking to you, it may have already happened. We simply can't give Funk the time that she deserves on this platform to give you a good description, but if you aren't familiar with her life, work and already incredible legacy, I highly recommend you take the time to look her up.
What's the first thing you say?
I will say, honey, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I'll give you a hug. I've been flying forever, and I have 19,600 flying hours. I have taught over 3,000 people to fly. Private, commercial, instrument, flight engineer, airline transport, gliding, everything that the FAA has, I've got the license for. And I can outrun you. Back in the 60s, I was in the Mercury 13 program. They asked me, do you want to be an astronaut? I said, yes. They told me that I had done better and completed the work faster than any of the guys.
Also joining the crew is Oliver Damon, a Dutch 18-year-old son of the CEO of Somerset Capital Partners, Joost Damon. Oliver has been bumped up in the upgrade of a lifetime. The original secret bidder for this flight has pulled out due to scheduling difficulties, allowing the teenager to be bumped from the second flight to the first, joining a truly historic moment. For the first time ever, a commercial program carrying passengers rather than professional astronauts will burst through the 100-kilometer line that forms the undisputed boundary to space across the globe. Damon will be the only one that's paid for a seat to be there, making him truly a trailblazer for the history books. Many congratulations to Oliver and his generous father for achieving this incredible accolade. This week's hashtag Job of the Week comes from Lockheed Martin. They're looking for a commercial manager with an SC level clearance to join the team at Harwell in Oxfordshire. This is the second senior role we've advertised in 2 weeks, attracting a competitive salary. If that role sounds interesting, or you'd like to check out any of the other Lockheed Martin UK roles, I've popped the link to their careers site in the description. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else there's a like button, please smash it now. It's a great way to ensure Giant Leap gets the support we need to continue bringing you the news. On social media, we're using the hashtag Giant Leap, where we usually post several times a day. If you'd like to be a part of it there, come and join us there. Thanks for checking in, and until next time, remember that every giant leap is set up by thousands of small steps. You've been watching a giant-leap.space news roundup.